Hello and welcome to the Astro Vibe of the week. How are you feeling, friend? How are you feeling? We are just coming off of that really potent full moon in Gemini that happened on December 15th. And normally after a full moon, I'm feeling a little depleted, to be honest. This is just me personally. For this moment in time, I am absolutely in that dip of energy where that Gemini full moon was so strong. The collective energy was so powerful, and there was a lot of like high frequency, sort of fast moving energy and information, so much mental energy, so much head stuff. And now on the other side of it, I'm feeling like, oh my gosh, I could really use a nap. I wonder if you are also in that space. This is a really good week for more restorative practices for sure. One, because of that full moon in Gemini, was so heady and so met in the mind and so dysregulating of the central nervous system unless you were able to like stay home and protect your energy, which if you did that, like absolute kudos to you. But if you're feeling a little depleted during this week, I just want you to know that's so normal. It will shift. It's not going to last forever. I would check what is the Gemini house in your birth chart, what's going on in there. If you are someone with Chiron in Gemini, that might have been a really intense past week with the Gemini full moon highlighting your inner wounding. You might have had things come up from your childhood. It might have been a lot of emotional processing if you are Chiron and Gemini person. Gemini moon people, the energy was high, energy was big. Hopefully, you had a beautiful full moon. And on that same day, we had Mercury direct. Now, because of the moon paired with a planet, the planet of the mind, rules Gemini, Mercury, we had that pairing where Mercury moves position and goes direct. The energy can also be a little clunky anytime there's a retrograde planet that then goes direct. I would say the week before and the week after it goes direct, it can feel a little funky. You could feel a little tired. You might feel like you're not on your A game. You don't really have that like super high energy motivation. That is totally, totally normal. This week, we also have the Sun in Sagittarius squaring Neptune in Pisces. Neptune is this planet of imagination, creativity. It is the dream world. It is a sleepy planet. It does most of the work when we are sleeping, when we are not in our awakened world. And it can be healing. It can also bring a little bit of lack of motivation. Neptune is not trying to get shit done. Neptune does not have necessarily a plan of action. Neptune wants to dream and fantasize and color and do art and paint and sing. Talk to your guides. Neptune wants to close its eyes and have a visualization of the imaginations and the desires that it has. And it can also bring your energy into more of a dippy place. So if you are feeling that like lack of motivation, also totally normal during this time, during this week. Then the big huzzah at the end of the week is Sun into Capricorn, And that's happening on December 21st. And that will also be when we have the winter solstice. And the winter solstice is a momentary, the darkest day of the year, the reminder traditionally that the light is coming back. The light will have longer days, more light, more vitamin D here in the northern hemisphere. So if you're like a winter blues person, just know that more light is coming. And at the same time, this week is really like the pause of moving forward. We know that Mercury is in its direct motion, but is clunky because it's just started going clear. We also have Mars retrograde, and we have this very Neptunian week. Really good for meditation, naps, hanging out, being in good company, kind of pulling your energy inward and reflecting, journaling, taking time for you. So if you haven't been able to carve out that time, I would say that this is 100% the week for you to carve out the time that you need to do the inner work, whether that is just being alone, being quiet for a few minutes, or doing your meditation or doing your yoga, whatever that looks like for you. This is not the week where we're going to have tons of energy, tons of motivation, tons of fire. It's much more of an introspective stillness week. And then once we get to the winter solstice, we get to that December 21st point, we're going even deeper into this moment of seasonal transition. Winter is traditionally a time where we're going inside, where we're slowing down. If you're a bear, you're going into hibernation. I have this family of raccoons that lives right next door to my house, and they're fully in hibernation. They're living in their little tree, all snuggled up for the winter. And that might be your vibe. You might feel that like sort of kind of, I want to slow down. I just want to relax. I just want to recoup. And that's a great thing to do for this week. So I'm going to keep this super short and sweet. A week of healing vibrations, restoring your energy. It's also a recalibration of energy because so much higher frequency has come in, and we are integrating those higher frequencies. We also have such a catalyst, fast moving information with all the air, with Pluto going into Aquarius. It is like so much is changing so quickly, and our human bodies are not equipped for the inundation of information that's here. We have old software. Our brains have not evolved, unfortunately. Our consciousness has evolved, but the workings of the brain and our central nervous system, our vagus nerve, all of that, it's a lot for our system to carry all of this new information, this like fast moving frequency. Do with that what you may. For me, I know that making my health a priority, that's like number one, is make sure I'm taking care of myself, make sure I'm drinking water, make sure I'm going to bed and getting enough sleep, make sure I'm taking a few moments every day to sit in stillness and connect with myself and connect with my heart. This is a really good time while Mars is retrograde until February to do some really deep reflecting on what it does feel like when you are passionate and excited about your life and the things that you do when you feel in your purpose and you feel excited about your life in general. That's what the Mars retrograde is going to help us connect to, because Mars is about our passion and our desire and how we take action to live a passionate, excited, lit up life. Mars is Aries. That's about the self. It's about being capital S selfish in a way that is not rude or unkind, but selfish in a way where we are filling our cup first and we are being as authentic as we can possibly be with how we live our lives and who is around us and what we do on the day to day. It's all about getting deeper into our authenticity. So for this week, so much about recalibration, rest, and restoration. And then on the other side, once the sun shifts into Capricorn, it will be a whole totally new vibe. For now, I hope you are feeling good. Let me know how you're feeling. I'm so curious, and I will see those of you who are coming to the Astrology for the Soul using the birth chart to connect with your higher path and purpose on December 21st on the winter solstice. We'll be connecting in the Abracadabra Astrology community. If you'd like to come to that, you can find the link in our free school group. The Zoom link to attend will be right there. You don't have to sign up, just show up on the day. It's going to be so much fun. I cannot wait to see you all. Have a beautiful week until then, and I will see you on the other side.